Good morning, class. How's your day? Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So before we start our class discussion, first I will going to check your attendance. So say present if you are here. Is that clear? So let's start with Romero Agusan. Agusan. And the last is Fatima Felicidad. So So before we move on to our class proper, first we will going to have a simple recap. So who want to answer what you have learned from our last discussion? Anyone? Brian. Very good, Brian. So we learned from last meeting that the different traditional folk dance and the step that commonly used. So out of 56 dance step, who can give 5 out of 56? Anyone? Letitia. Very good, Letitia. I am so glad that you learned from our past discussion. So let's move on to our class proper. First, we will going to have exercises. So are you ready to play? So this game is called picture game. So the mechanic of this game is that I will going to show some pictures of the traditional game that you usually played back when you are a child. So I will show the picture, then you will identify what specific traditional game is this. Is that clear? Are you ready? Okay. So but the rules of this game is that first you should raise your hand. Do not answer in chorus. Is that clear, everyone? So let's start the game. So first picture. Who can identify what traditional game is this? Anyone? Nicolo. Very good, Nicolo. This game is called Luksong Baka. Next picture. Who can answer? What traditional game is this? Daniel? That's right, Daniel. This game is called Pitik Bulag. Next picture. What specific game is this? Anyone? Carol. That's right, Carol. This game is called Takip Silim. And the last picture, who can identify what traditional game is this? Marlon. Very good, Marlon. This game is called Jumping Rope, or in our dialect, it is called Luksong Lubid. So I was so glad that you have some ideas, so we would be easy for us to tackle in this next report. So are you ready? Our lesson for today is about traditional Filipino games. So traditional Filipino games are games commonly played by children, usually using native materials or instruments. In the Philippines, due to limited resources of toys for Filipino children, they usually invent games without the need of anything but the players themselves. Their complexity arises to the game they invented and flexibility to think and act. So traditional Filipino games are the games invented by the Filipinos. So back when they old time, they don't have enough money to buy toys. So they invent games that doesn't require any equipment. So the game only require the players themselves. So also there are games that they have some equipments, but those materials or equipments can be found in their surroundings. I know you play different traditional game back when you are a child, but we will tackle for today four traditional game only. So this is the traditional games. First, takip silim. Number two, luksong lubid. Number three, pitik bulag. And the last is luksong baka. So we will tackle the first traditional game, which is the luksong lubid. So this game is similar to the western skip rope or jump rope game. The objective is for individuals or teams to score highest in skipping or jumping over the rope while it is being torn continuously over the head and under the feet of players. The two ends of the rope are held and torn by two people. This game is basically a challenge to the player's physical condition and stamina. So I know you are familiar with this game. called Luksong Lubid. It is inspired by the Western skip rope or jump rope game. So the mechanics of this game is that whether you are in team or individual game, the first one to stay in the rope for the longest time are the winners. So the rope is being held by two players and turned continuously overhead and up and under the feet. And also, the players or the teams to score highest are the winner of this game. So also, this game enhance your physical condition and stamina in playing this game. For you to able to understand how to play Luxong Lubid, I will or show some videos for you to understand more. So here it is. Game is called Takip Silim. One player is blindfolded with a handkerchief, piece of a float. He is to be the it. He is made to turn 3 times before he left alone. When they are all ready, they call the it to give hint. When the it hears the call, he tries to catch any one of the players who are not blindfolded. When the it succeeds tagging any one of the players, the one caught will be the it in the next game. So the Kepsilim is the mechanics of this game. First, there is one it or taya of the game which is blindfolded. After that, he will going to turn 3 times before he left alone. After he turned 3 times, the other player will going to give some hint to the it by calling her name, by touching him in order to give some clue where they are. After that, if the it succeed in tagging or tagging any one of the player while hiding it, will going to be the next it. So they will exchange rules. So the player who have been tagged will be the next it of the game. So for you to understand more, I will show some video clips for you to understand. So here it is. Third game, what we call Luksong Baka. So it is originated from the province of Bulacan. This game involves a minimum of 3 and maximum of 10 individuals. Its objective is for players successfully jump over the baka, also called the it, without hitting any part of the latter's body or falling over on him. No equipment is required in playing Luksong Baka. So when you are playing Luksong Baka, there is no requirement, no equipment required. So only players are required in playing this game. So the minimum of the individuals to play Luksong Baka is 3 and a maximum of 10 individuals. And Luksong Baka is originated from the province of Bulacan, which means it is purely Filipino traditional games. So the objective of this game is that there is one it or what we call taya to be called baka. So the baka will going in crouching position. After that, the other player will going to jump over him like this. Can you see in the picture? This is the baka and the other player is going to jump on the baka. So the goal of this game is that the player should not fall or not able to hit the parts of the baka and able to surpass this game. So this is the mechanics of playing Luksong Baka. First, in choosing the it, De Lumpia, the player who displays different position of hands from the rest is the it of the game, which means and able to identify who is the taya of the game, we're going to Lumpia. I know you are familiar with this, which means that your hand of the player should put together, and after that they will shout Lumpia, and the different hand from the rest of the group will consider the it of the game. So next, the baka then assumes at a designated jump over spot. The first level, he takes a crouching position and the rest of players jump over him. So in the first position, the baka will go into the jumping position, and after that, he will going to in crouching position, which means he will going to kneeling down. After that, the other player will going to jump over him one by one. F and next is that when all players jump over the it, raises his position a bit higher for the next level, so on and so forth. So once all players jump over the baka, the level of difficulty arises also. So the position of the baka or the it will going to be a bit higher compared to the first level, and then the other player will also going to jump one by one. Then after that, the jumper must spread their legs as they jump. The player failed to jump or over the it will exchange position. He will the next it in the next game. So as you jump in the baka, you should spread your legs like this in the children, as you can see in the picture. So after that, if there is one player who failed to jump and over the baka, he will exchange position with the baka. For example, these children are failed to jump in the it, then they will exchange position. So the player who are failed to jump will consider the next it or baka in the next game. So for you to understand more how to play Luksong Baka, I prepare some video clips for you to understand more. So here it is.